Tonight, is this a case of stolen valor? A Republican candidate in a high country race is facing questions about his military record.
12 News journalist Bram Resnick reviewed the documents and spoke with veterans who track claims of stolen valor. And Bram, what did his records say?
Caribe Steve Slaton owns the Trump store in Show Low. It's an emporium for Donald Trump merchandise. He's running for a House seat, and he claims he was a combat helicopter pilot in Vietnam. My reporting shows Slaton wasn't a chopper pilot, and he wasn't in Vietnam. One veteran who had vouched for Slaton is now tearfully speaking out against him.
Hi, Steve Slaton here, your candidate for the Arizona House of LD7.
Steve Slaton is a 69-year-old Republican candidate for the Arizona House of Representatives. Slaton makes a living selling Donald Trump-related merchandise at the Trump store in Show Low.
There's everything here, everything in this store, every beautiful thing you see in this store.
Republican U.S. Senate candidate Kari Lake caused a stir recently after campaigning there with a Confederate flag overhead. Slaton is caught up in his own controversy over his claim that he was a combat pilot during the Vietnam War. Slaton's campaign website says he worked as a crew chief co-pilot on a Cobra attack helicopter, and he served overseas in Vietnam and Korea.
Here's my DD-214. Everything's on it.
Slaton has provided this image of his DD-214. That's the military discharge document for service members. It shows he was trained as a helicopter mechanic, not as a Cobra pilot. The Slaton document also says he was awarded a Vietnam Service Medal. Under remarks, there is the Nixon Vietnamese Program, 1974.
Well, first of all, he was never in Vietnam.
Douglas Sterner is an Army veteran who served 2 tours in Vietnam. He played a role in writing the Federal Stolen Valor Act of 2005.
This gentleman did not even enlist in the Army until the middle of 1973 when the Vietnam War was over.
12 News reviewed independently obtained government records of Slaton's military service. We also spoke with veterans who track cases of stolen valor. The government records confirm that Slaton wasn't trained as a helicopter pilot and never received a Vietnam Service Medal. His only overseas deployment was to Korea.
Stephen Slaton
is not available. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
Slaton hasn't responded to several requests for comment. Slaton's lost the support of one veteran who publicly put his seal of approval on Slaton's DD-214.
I would say to those politicians who may have got this wrong, you need to take a look at it.
Retired intelligence specialist Jack Donna was asked to do a quick review at the request of Republican Senator Wendy Rogers, a Slaton endorser. Now Donna is speaking out.
This kind of stolen valor absolutely cheapens the memory of my father's service and any of the other veterans that served in Vietnam. That's why. It's the right thing to do.
So, Bram, what would make this a case of stolen valor?
Well, there's a federal law on stolen valor that applies to people who falsely claim they received a military honor, inflate their rank, or even served at all, with the goal of getting some kind of tangible benefit, money or property or something else. That's the key, tangible benefit. In this case, Doug Sterner, who helped write the original stolen valor law in 2005, told me Steve Slaton's conduct didn't fall under the federal law, but he said that in his opinion, as a reflection on honesty, integrity, and character, this is a case of stolen valor. Mark, Caribe?